Vibes are immaculate. Good. That's what I want, man. Like, in my eyes, there are a lot of live streaming content that I've been a part of where I feel like the host of said content cares only for like chat and chat's reaction, and then like I feel like I'm like just kind of on the sidelines. I'm like, what the fuck am I here, you know? In my eyes, the way I like to, when I plan things out, is that like I bring the person who will have a good time and will feel like they, you know, or I'll ask them like, hey, do you want to come on? I think you'll have a great time. I think you'll enjoy the vibe. Because I think that translates to chat. Like for me, I think when I do a live stream, like an RV trip, it is for you guys, but at the end of the day, I care so much more about the vibe in the room than what chat thinks. I feel like if people aren't comfortable or people aren't having a good time, what the fuck is the point of me doing this? I don't want to do it. I don't care if it would get 2 times the views. For me, it's just like the vibe is king, and I need to make sure that everyone is having a good time and everyone's comfortable. Good vibes only. Vibes are immaculate. Sad that that's not the norm for most. Yeah, I mean, I've been on so many streams where someone brings me on, and I feel like I was just another name to put on the title. And I'm like, why the f am I here, man? You know, I don't hold it against them because, you know, they're doing their job. But some people, I feel, definitely on the more of the American side, don't value, I think, how everyone feels on like what's going on. I feel like they're just like, is it getting views? Is number going big? Good. But not all people though. Not all people. I think it's definitely just something I have experienced when I sometimes do things on the American side. But you know, it's not very often. But I think that's why. I think that's why I get along really well with Lod. I think Lod is very similar mindset. I think I think Lod is maybe to a fault. He cares about people a lot. He's very sweet, bless him. Capitalism vibes. Me and Lod are meant for each other. Lovers versus the world, man. Oh, that video's gonna come out soon eventually. Did a bunch of voiceover for it. He's also a scammer who gets scammed. I don't feel sorry for Lod when he gets scammed. He gets himself in those situations. I don't know, does it, as a viewer, when I talk about this shit, does it help? Like, does it not help? But like, what do you, like, I say this shit just because, like, it's thoughts that I have and I'm, like, airing them, but sometimes I wonder, I'm like, what if, as a viewer, what do you think when you hear me fucking yapping about how I approach content creation? I don't know if it's very helpful. I feel like it's just unnecessary. It's interesting to hear your thoughts. Interesting. It's comforting in some thoughts I have, and that's how some comforting in a weird way. Oh, awesome. Let's get an insight of your job. Thinking is kind of cringe. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yap goat. This is the value of coming to streams as opposed to YouTube. Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Sometimes I read comments, and I'm kind of impressed how sometimes people seem to take away the opposite of what I'm saying occasionally. But it's oftentimes why I don't really engage with comments anymore. I just kind of find that people just want to have a stance on things that, like, don't necessarily need it. You're like, you know, so it's just kind of like, whatever. And I think that I'm pretty transparent with most things, so I think you can kind of gauge how I stand on a lot of things. Selective hearing. And a lot of people ask me as well, I had a thought about this recently as well. A lot of people ask, like, how do you stream for so long? And I do genuinely think it is like the moment that I was able to stream for like a long period of time was when I like stopped having to like present like as a presenter and more so just think, just talk in like an honest way and not try to like curate what I'm saying as much. It becomes really easy to like stay online and talk when you're kind of like, all right, I'm just gonna fucking talk normal. Whereas I distinctly remember when I first started YouTube, I like was really like conscious about how I was like appearing, which I just don't care for much anymore. Being yourself. You when you shut off content brain. Like I'm pretty like content knowing that if you talk to me in person, it's pretty similar to what I say on stream and how I behave, which I think I value that after meeting some people who I'm like, you are very different. But I don't hold that against anyone either. I think it's just a personal choice, right? I think there's nothing wrong with presenting a more of a personality on a stream about being, you know, eccentric. Except the stuff, of course. Like, and I don't necessarily think like someone having, I don't think like if someone has a content voice or presents in a certain way, I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's like, hey, look, it's a job. You can approach it how you want to.